Loading up a board with the boards inside and heading out singing a song. Everybody, come on, babe, go surfing with me. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network, baby.
All right. Again, don't forget, next week,
it's the Motor Slingers.
The Motor Slingers show. We'll have the one, the only, the legendary Leon the Motorman.
Yes, sir.
And his sidekick, George.
George, the fly guy.
So if you want to talk about cars, if it hums or purrs or moves people or weed whacks, we'll cover it.
And we're still touching on what goes bang, folks, even if it's the backfire out of your car.
Yeah. If you got gun questions, you can call in with those two. Of course, you're not doing that much tonight. I know it's a holiday and such. We don't have our whole crew in there as we usually
Everyone's
usually
queuing up right now and enjoying some time with the fam. That's fantastic.
While we got a minute, last week, and I am so guilty of this. Last week we did a 5-hour auction on Saturday. Then we did a 5-hour auction on Sunday. Then you and I beat feet and we get up here.
Yes, sir.
And then we do a radio show. And I was a little bit tired, and I neglected to mention my crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So everybody that was there, okay, this is, let's see, on stage there was Danny, the other auctioneer, me, of course, Jason, and Ben, and the new kid, Haley, and then Jimmy out taking phone calls for me, and of course, Tim doing sealed bids, and JR out there keeping score, and of course, the checkout crew, which is Jaime and Joe, my wife Kathy, and her friend Laura.
Yep.
And they work so hard and get, if you think that's easy, try it.
No, we're really asking you. If you can lend a hand, you can try it out.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, it is not an easy thing to do. And they get you guys in and out. I mean, when we're done with the auction, maybe 10 minutes after our last, sold, all the people are checked out and gone. And then up at my shop, at the orange shop, I have my son Andy, we have Tim, we have Blake, and the new guy James. They were all up at the orange store doing paperwork both days.
Come on.
From 10 o'clock in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, and they were there. So you could literally leave Highway 39 and go to the orange store, which is less than 10 minutes away, and you can start your paperwork that day.
Start your 10 days right after auction, directly after.
Right then and there. Yeah. And boy, I sure hope Chad takes me up on that when he gets elected and has me come and help DOJ, because boy, I tell you, there is so many stupid things that
redundant bureaucracy.
Yeah, that make no sense, that shouldn't even be there, that is literally no, if I have a home and I decide to rent to you, I can't ask you half the questions that they ask you.
No, I mean, and the repetitive nature of what they ask you, things that are already red flags that if someone answers.
Yeah, you have to thumbprint when you do the paperwork, and again in 10 days when you pick it up. Why? I don't know. If you buy 3 guns at the same time, which is, again, legal in California now, you have to answer the same 5 questions over and over, because they are all no's on this one, but they're not all no's on this one.
They got to keep you on your toes?
Yeah, I mean, and the ultimate is the 10-day wait. I'm gonna break with a lot of people with this. If you don't own a firearm, I could see 48, 72 hours. I could, because you're upset, you're mad, you're angry.
Yes.
A couple of days go and you don't already own a firearm. I get it. Okay, I can see
might be some buyer's remorse.
Yeah,
there.
But if you already own firearms, you're going to tell me that you're going to get so mad at your neighbor or your mother-in-law or whatever that damn it, I'm going to go buy a new gun to shoot you with.
I need a new one. I can't use one of my old ones.
The one I've had for 50 years. I'm going to go get a new one. And so why do you have to wait that? Harassment.
Yep.
No more, no less. And if a government does not trust its common, everyday, average Joe, what are they up to?
And it's such a weird thing that they gave you these 10 days, and it's not a hard 10. They can go up to 30, and even then, they still may be undecided. How are states getting away with pretty much instant background checks?
Yeah, every other state can get it done in 30 minutes, but California is the only state that uses what's called the DROS system. Now, DROS stands for Dealer Record of Sale. Okay, the NICS, which is the National Insta-Check System, everywhere in the I think there's a few other states that don't do they use NICS, but they still make you wait. But for the most part, you can go into Arizona gun shop, buy a gun, wait 30 minutes, or if you already have a CCW, because again, they're smart enough to realize that if you're going to get angry at somebody and you already own firearms, you're not going to go buy a new one to shoot them with.
Come on, it really is ridiculous.
Remember when Chad was on? What did we say about common sense? It's no longer common.
Oh, absolutely not. And that's why we're trying to bring sanity back to the state.
And the left is always, we want common sense gun laws. No, they don't. They want confiscation, period.
The common sense to them is no guns. That's the law.
Yeah. I tell you what. So, okay, let's see. So I thank the whole crew. Did I miss anybody?
Joe Pyle came over on...
Joe Pyle, he came over and helped us with some phones for a bit, but he popped his hip or something, wasn't feeling well, so he didn't stay real long. Yeah. And we had a whole bunch of people ask how Annie's doing.
Yes.
Okay, and... I just got a text from her, and she says she's having good and bad days. They go back on Friday, and they're going to try and swing by and say hello. So good deal.
God bless.
And Annie, I know you guys are listening. We're all much more worried about John than we are you, because John is going to have to do things. And we all know he relies on you for everything. So, John, I hope you're doing well too.
Absolutely. God bless you both, and we're always praying for your healing. So, if anyone knows or commented on there, keep sending those prayers out. Let's go ahead.
And if somebody wants to swing by and make John a sandwich, I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Bring him over and something to drink.
John, I'm just kidding. Relax. Oy, oy, oy.
But it was great, and thank you to everyone who participated in the auction, because you guys make the auction that much more fun. We're having a good time getting things to you, but when we see an auction break out and we have people fighting, and I had people on the phone going back and forth, and we will work with you. I had people that had to leave early for different reasons, and I kept them on my list, and I was doing bids for them because we're trying to make sure you get what you want here, folks. And we have so much cool stuff. People want it all.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a lot of fun to see when an auction actually breaks out at the auction. And for instance, the Colt Burgess rifle. Now, this was the one that a whole lot of people were interested in, and it started out. I think it had been bid up to about $3,000. And I mean, it was literally, all right, here it is, the one everybody's been looking at. This is a Colt Burgess rifle. We got $3,000 a bid, got to be $32,500. Got $32,500, $3,500 now, $37,500, $37,500 got to be $4,000. Got $4,000, got to be $42,000, $42,000, $42,000, now $45,000, $45,000, $45,000. I mean, it was just boom, 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 back and forth. And we, a sealed bidder ended up getting it for $6,500. Hey, Dave. For $6,500, and he called in this week and just happy as a clam.
Oh man, we had people that had their lots, like they have guns in the auction, and they were watching intently to see what was going on, and the smiles on their faces. Yeah, they said it all, because not only are they understand that we're not trying to work anyone over on either side. We're here to get you what you want and make sure that if you're selling something, if we're selling something for you, that we're hitting what you need. This is a balanced thing, because the better you do, the better we do. Yeah. And that's the balance of it all. And we have so much that we're getting, there's something for everyone, let's say. Again, we like all the vaqueros out there. The one thing I was bringing up last week, that the Colts were all up and down, seeing what was what people are looking for these days compared to maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was wild to see, and so you get to gauge what the temperature is on things.
It was interesting, the Colt 4440. That's the first the 1873s were pretty much mostly in 4440. Yet that has become one of the coolest calibers as far as price, meaning they've cooled off considerable.
Yeah.
Now 45 Colt, through the roof. 3840 did really, really well. But for some reason, the 4440s were just a little chilly this time. So I don't know. I know it's kind of a pain to load. The 4440 being a bottleneck cartridge, it is a bit more difficult to load than a straight wall 45 Colt. But it was really interesting to see some of the 45 Colts that we had went crazy.
And that's the thing is that, like we've said this throughout all these shows and all these auctions, that these are investments because in a few years we can see that flip back over. We could see that just both of them just run up to all heck, because these are becoming more and more not just firearms for shooting sake. These are becoming super collectibles.
Well, the thing 15 seconds? Oh, you know what? I'll try and remember to get to that when we get back. Kevin made a left turn. All right. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be back right after this.